Hello guys and gals, it's Soulfax here and you're watching another War Thunder Air Realistic Battle video that I'm bringing you on my channel. And this is again one of those subscriber replays, and where a subscriber sends me one of their replays, and then I make a video out of it if I like the replay, if I like what I see, and if it's interesting and I think that it could make in a good video. But this one is kind of different. This replay in on itself is not anything spectacular. It is entertaining and it is a good show of skill, but it's not spectacular like some of the replays that I've showed you in the past. The reason why I'm making this replay is because the person who sent me this replay, that's the important bit. So we're gonna call him Adam. So Adam sent me a lot of replays in the past, and every time he sends me a replay, something is going on. It's either the fact that I'm doing a very long video and then I just put his replay aside and then I never actually make it because I forget about it, or that just Gaijin updates the client version and then the replays from the previous version get unusable. Something always happens, and he has sent me a lot of replays in the past and I've never been able to make a video out of them until now. So Adam, thank you for sending me your replays. It really means a lot to me that you're so dedicated to this, that you're being a real fan and just not quitting after the first attempt. So really thank you for sending me your replay, and I apologize for not making more videos from your replays, because some of the replays he has sent me in the past were awesome, were really freaking awesome, but something always happens, like I said. Anyhow, Mr. Adam is flying in his Yak 3P on one of those maps whose name is very long, but it's got a recognizable part to its name. Cuban. This is not the actual Cuban map, but it's something very close. It's Operation Groznygrad or something, and there is a Cuban in the name, so we're gonna call this map Cuban, and he's flying in his Yak 3P. So now that we've gotten that out of the way, there's a few things that I want to note. So first of all, Russian planes, I don't fly them all that much. There's not a specific reason for it, it's just I don't like them that much. I think they're beautiful to look at. Yaks are really beautiful to look at, as well as the Lags and as well as the I-85, and IL-2 is one of the most beautiful looking aircrafts in the world, I think. But I just don't like flying them. I feel they're kind of too easy, and also they don't fit my niche. I like my boom exumers and I like my energy fighters, and Yaks and I-85s are not something that I like. I like the MiGs. I like the MiG 315. That is a great plane. I like flying it, and anybody who says otherwise is an idiot. I'm sorry, that's a horrible plane, but I just love flying it. Anyhow, second point is I'm kind of sick currently. I've got some kind of cold, maybe very early stages of flu, so my voice is kind of weird, and by the end of this video, after an hour or two of trying to record this video completely, my voice might be shot and it might sound a little bit different. But anyhow, like I said, he's flying on the Cuban map in his Yak 3P, and a few things I will note in this video that very much surprised me, because like I said, I don't fly Russian planes much and I haven't experienced the Yak 3s or the Yak 3Ms, which are one of the most versatile planes in the game from what I've been able to find out when fighting against them. And that's one of the other things that I need to mention in this video, is that in the last video I said I'm going to take a break from War Thunder. Well, that is partially true. I am taking a break from War Thunder as a whole, but I am just stopping completely playing ground forces, and I will make a separate video about that because it's a big topic to cover and I don't want to use up this video just to talk about that. But yeah, we're gonna need to skip forwards in the video a little bit because, well, for the first almost 10 minutes of the video, Adam proceeds to climb up to, well, operational altitude for Yaks. So I'll see you in a second. So after climbing for around 10 minutes, he's reached operational altitude around 5Ks, and there's absolutely nobody here. And they're fighting against the Germans. That is so weird. I don't know what's going on. It's one of those things in War Thunder where sometimes you climb all the way up to 6 kilometers and there's like 3 enemy planes just waiting for you to come up there, and sometimes you climb up to 6 kilometers and there's absolutely nobody up there and you've climbed for nothing because everybody's already fighting at low altitude. Just like in this match, there's a lot of fighters, enemy fighters beneath him already engaged with ally fighters, and he needs to get down to altitude, and that's not one of the things that Yaks are very good at. Yaks are good at almost everything, but speed and diving is not one of those things. Yaks and speeds over 600 kilometers an hour just don't go very well together. Yaks, I think, have a breaking point, at least the early ones. I cannot say about the 3s. I know about the 9s, the 7s, and the 1s have a breaking point where their wings will shear off from the shear pressure that is being applied to the wings around 600 and 670 kilometers an hour. So you gotta really be careful when you're diving down on somebody, and if you're engaged with a Yak and you're flying in a boom and zoom fighter like the P-47 or a Focke-Wulf 190, god damn it, English, just dive away. And while you're diving, try to do some turns while you're diving. Try to do a spiral dive, and you will probably manage to make it break his wing. And yeah, as I was saying that, trying to give you some tips, Mr. Adam managed to get his first kill on a Focke-Wulf that was chasing AI fighters and not paying attention to anything around itself. I mean, that's kind of weird getting dived on while you're in a Focke-Wulf by a yak, but well, stranger shit have happened. Anyhow, almost all of the fighters on both teams are already dead. There's only, I believe, 3 enemy fighters left alive, and only him and another player left alive, that guy right there, on the friendly team. And now the real battle starts. So the first VF-109 tries to kind of lean in and try to go under Mr. Adam, and the Focke-Wulf actually tries to go for a head-on, but decides not to shoot. I don't know what that was. That was really weird. Mr. Adam almost made a crucial mistake, because one of the things you really don't want to do is head-on a Focke-Wulf 109. 190. Oh my god, what is going on with me? Because, well, you do have 20mm cannons in the nose, but the Focke-Wulf has like 4 20mm cannons in the wings, so that's not a very good idea to do. But anyhow, he managed to already get on the 6 of this Focke-Wulf and managed to clip him a little bit, and the Focke-Wulf was crippled, he couldn't maneuver, and Mr. Adam manages to pick up his second kill. So there's 2 planes left in the near vicinity of Mr. Adam. He almost crashes here by performing a ridiculous maneuver and sets his sight on the second BF-109. Now, one of the things that I need to mention about Mr. Adam is that, as you can see, as you could have been able to see from this video, he's very conservative as it comes to ammo. He doesn't spray a lot, he tries to make every shot count. And another thing is that he is not very good at putting lead on opponents, because all of the kills that he's going to get in this replay are, well, from opponents that are going very straight. And as I say that, he gets his third kill and almost gets peppered by friendly flak. Not friendly flak, excuse me, friendly fire. And he gets his third kill in the game. And now, again, another long period of nothingness happens, because the last fighter on the enemy team is, I believe he was just literally climbing up to space and trying to get away from them. It is natural, because he is in a Focke-Wulf, and in a Focke-Wulf you really don't want to be fighting at low altitude against yaks. But again, I'm rambling, so let's skip forwards in the video and let's see what happens. So they found them. After a few minutes of searching around, actually Mr. Adam went back to the airfield, refueled, rearmed, and then he got back to altitude. Him and the other Yak 3 pilot managed to find this Focke-Wulf 190. I did it! I said Focke-Wulf 190 and it's Focke-Wulf 190. Yay! Anyhow, they managed to find them, and as you might have noticed here, Mr. Adam is quite ways away from that engagement, and the Yak 3 pilot is already engaging the Focke-Wulf. Now, there was an agreement made between the Yak 3 pilot and Adam. The Yak 3 pilot said he wanted to take on this Focke-Wulf 101, mano a mano, in an attempt to take him down, and Mr. Adam agreed not to interfere with this battle until, well, not until, excuse me, he agreed not to interfere with this battle unless the Yak 3 pilot gets taken out. Wow, that took a lot of time to just push out of my mouth. Anyhow, you will see in a minute, that, well, things are not going so swell for this Yak 3 pilot, because the Focke-Wulf is already on his 6, and he thought that the best course of action would be not to try to outmaneuver the Focke-Wulf pilot, but to rather try to outdive him, and that is just so ridiculous that he deservingly gets taken out in just a second here. And now Mr. Adam is left to deal with this Focke-Wulf pilot, and he is at a higher altitude. You might think that's a very good thing. I mean, he does have the energy and the altitude advantage at this point in time, but, well, he needs to get down to altitude of this Focke-Wulf, because the Focke-Wulf will most definitely not try to climb to the altitude that Mr. Adam is at, because, well, Focke-Wulfs cannot outclimb yaks, I believe. That's a thing. Now, he managed to, after some flying around, to get his speed low enough and get his altitude low enough. He unfortunately does break off his flaps trying to slow himself down, but now he's almost on the 6 of this Focke-Wulf, and you will see that he tries to make some long-range shots. Unfortunately, I mentioned earlier that Mr. Adam is not very great at giving lead to targets, and you will see that he, again, doesn't give enough lead. Although he does have a very good shot here, it is quite a long-range shot, but with some other pilot might have been able to pull this off, but unfortunately Mr. Adam doesn't. Now, this Focke-Wulf will do something extremely strange. He goes into the vertical and tries to, I believe, do a stall maneuver, and unfortunately for him, he gets his elevator taken out. Yes, that's really unfortunate, because if he didn't get his elevator taken out, he probably would have been able to stall his plane and do a hammerhead and maybe get on the 6 of Mr. Adam. As you can see, that happened here, but unfortunately for the Focke-Wulf pilot, his elevator is taken out and he won't be able to recover from this dive, and that will allow Mr. Adam to pick up his 4th kill. It's not quite an ace in the day, but he did win this match by taking out that last guy. And like I said, this was not the most epic of replay, not the most spectacular replay. It didn't show the greatest display of skill or anything, but it was an interesting replay and an entertaining replay, and I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope that Mr. Adam likes this video, because, well, yeah, again, I apologize for not making videos out of those great replays that you sent me in the past, but I hope you enjoyed this video. Yeah, my name has been Soulfax, and I will see you next time.